I wasn't even gonna make a video. I swear to all of you guys, I was literally out of the house already and I saw this article yesterday and I didn't think anything of it, and then it was bothering me all night long, and I'm like, yo, I gotta talk about this absolutely buffoonery, absolute stupid shit that's about to happen out of California. So the state of California has a surplus. A lot of states have a surplus because a lot of states got a lot of money for COVID relief. And they have around a $17 billion surplus, and they decided to take around $9.5 billion out of the surplus and give out stimulus checks. I kid you freaking not. Stimulus checks. That's right. It's freaking insane. And they're giving stimulus checks not just to people that really need it, who are making, let's say, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. They're giving stimulus checks in some cases, I'm going to go over it in a moment, to people that make up to $500,000. So if you're a couple making up to $500,000 and you have kids, you are still going to get a sort of stimulus check. My question is this: why stimulus checks is the reason we have crazy inflation? You have such a surplus of money. Why don't you use it where it's needed? Stimulus checks do not work. Now, of course, they help certain people, but for the most part, the people that are going to be getting the money are going to use it for what? To buy stupid shit. And when you spend all this extra money, guess what happens? Prices of goods go up. We want prices of goods to go down. We want to reduce spending. California is the largest GDP state in the country, and it would be the 5th largest GDP in the world. It makes more money than Germany. It makes more money than India at over $3 trillion. And they can't get their shit together. They cannot fix the problem. Let's go over the article and just keep in mind, and I'm going to talk about this at the end of the article, how much better things California could spend this money on. Guys, if you like this type of news that very few people are actually talking about, and you like honest opinions like I give you, do me a favor and hit the subscription down below, but do me a second favor and write me a comment that you subscribe to my channel, and I will make sure in return for your subscription that I will answer your comment. And if you have a question, I'll be happy to answer the question as a thank you for subscribing to the channel. California is sending out inflation relief checks up to $1,050. Here's how much you would get. More than 20 million Californians can expect a new round of direct payment to hit their bank account this year. Governor Gavin Newsom announced on Sunday the state is issuing payments up to $1,050 and called it a new middle-class tax rebate. The direct payments are part of an inflation relief package. So to relieve inflation, you're going to add inflation to your economy. Like, how stupid is that? You're going to help a small amount of people for the people that are getting this relief package. And the rest of the people that are getting this relief package are going to use it on stupid shit, which is exactly what happened with COVID. It did help a lot of people, but the majority of the people that got the money from COVID relief spent it on stupid shit. Prada, Fendi, Gucci, Yeezys. And that's why prices went up tremendously. There's other problems for inflation. There's other indicators of inflation. But that led to a huge influx of prices to begin with. And this is how much you're going to get. Single filers making less than $75,000 will get a $350 payment. If you make between $75,000 and $125,000, you're going to get $250. If you make between $125,000 and $250,000, you're going to get $200. And if you're making more than $250,000, you asked out, you don't get any money. Joint filers making up to $150,000 will get a $700 payment. If you're making between $150,000 and $250,000, you're going to get $500. And if you're making between $250,000 and $500,000, you're going to make $200. But if you're making more than $500,000, deuces, you ain't getting nothing. Those with dependents, whether they file taxes individually or jointly, are eligible for additional amounts. To determine the amount of money you'll receive, add the number that applies to you from the list above and the number that applies to you from the list below if you have at least one dependent. So this money is going to be additional to the list that I just read. If you make less than 75 grand, $350. If you make between 75 and 125, you're now making $250. And if you make between 125 and 250,000, you get an additional $200. Now, joint filers with dependent. This is if you're a family and you have kids Making up to 150, you get an additional 350. Remember, this is additional to the initial round that I read to you. Making between 150 and 250, you make an additional $250. And if you're making between $250,000 to $500,000, you're going to get the initial $200 and an additional $200 for a total of $400. So if you're joint and you're making up to $500,000, it's possible that you're going to get $400. Nice, right? The payments will be sent out to an estimated 23 million Californians, according to legislation. The plan is used in part for California's record-setting $97 billion surplus to return money directly to taxpayers. Yes, this is a great idea in theory, but people are not theoretical. People will not do logic. People will not do what you want them to do and actually relieve themselves. They're gonna buy stupid shit. Most people will not go out to buy some food for their family. Most people will go out and buy some stupid shit like sneakers. I'm telling you, that's what's going to end up happening, and this is going to just inflate the prices a little bit more, and you're putting on a Band-Aid for a really, really large scar. By the way, in the beginning of the video, I think I said the surplus was 17 billion. It's 97 billion, so I apologize. The 17 billion was the actual inflation relief package. I apologize, so I messed that up. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Seriously, just let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'm being too rough, maybe I'm being too hard. But in my personal opinion, California already has the largest taxes in the country, where if you're on the highest tax bracket, you're paying over 50% taxes. I believe it's the only state more expensive than New York City. And I'm in New York and it freaking sucks because I think I give up like 48% of my taxes. Guys, California is a defaulted business. If California was a business, it would be going bankrupt. If California was a business, it would be Voyager Digital. If California was a business, guys, nobody would invest in it. These politicians don't know what to do with the money. They have so much money. Why don't you invest the money in school, healthcare, police? You guys might hate what I just had to say about police, but crime. Crime is running rampant in California and in New York City and across the country. It's insane what's happening right now. Why don't you give health care? People need health care. A lot of people don't have health care. Why don't you do that with the surplus? Why don't you hire more clinics? Why don't you invest in education? Our kids are walking zombies. Our kids are walking zombies. Do you know that in New York City, if you're just graduating right now, right, if this is your last year of high school, you were responsible for taking 0 regions, 0, and you didn't have to take SATs to get into college. This is a fact right now. People did all this homework at home with no tutoring, and I'm sure the same thing happened in California. I'm sure. If it happened in New York, for damn sure it happened in California. People are walking zombies. This is what's happening. And this is our next generation. These are the people that are going to be leading our country in the future. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. This relief packages, I'm not saying don't help people. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is help them in a way that doesn't let them buy stupid shit. Take the money and invest it in something, some type of infrastructure that will help people. That's what you should be doing, in my personal opinion. Not this. After school programs, get guns off the street programs, education programs, health, tutoring, summer camp, I don't know. But not to give people the ability to buy more stupid shit that's going to bankrupt this country, that's going to bankrupt California. California's going to be one of the first countries to go bankrupt. Why? Everybody's leaving California. Everybody's leaving California. And of course, I don't mean everybody, but a large amount. Just listen to all the YouTubers that left California. Listen to the people that are leaving California. Same like people are leaving New York for Florida, but I think more people are leaving California for Texas or Las Vegas because they have 2 options, 2 states that are right next to California. It's insane what's happening. Anyways, it's crazy. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Thank you so much for watching.